I'd like to welcome you once again to the State of the City Luncheon. It is my pleasure to welcome you on behalf of Mayor Langfelder, all of our sponsors, and the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce. Our focus is on enhancing our members' success and advancing our economy. Our vision is to be a catalyst that helps create a strong and growing economy through talent and leadership and collaboration. And we know that the only way that can happen is as a result of the relationships that we share with all the people in this room and our ability to partner with one another in order to get things done in our community. Speaking of that, we're not only honored to host the State of the City Luncheon today and Mayor Langfelder's State of the City address, we appreciate the relationship and the partnership that we share with our mayor, with his administration, with our aldermen, as we work together to move our community forward. Speaking of that partnership, as many of you are probably aware, for many years we have had our public-private economic development partnership, Q5, with the City of Springfield, Sangamon County, the Chamber, and nearly 100 other investors, 70% or so of which are private businesses in our community. And that partnership enables our community to work together in ways that other communities are not able to do. Just recently, as a part of that partnership in our business retention and expansion program, we learned of a local business working on a significant expansion project that had gotten sidelined, and we were able to work directly with the city as a result of that partnership to help get that expansion project back on track and moving forward. Over the last few months, as a result of our partnership, we've been working directly with 4 different companies who are looking to invest in our community, providing them data points, providing them demographics, information, and making appropriate connections in our community. We have recently redesigned and launched a new Mid-Illinois Med District website as a part of our focused attraction efforts to market the medical community, Springfield and Sangamon County, as the center for medical excellence that we all know it is. Sangamon County, some do not know this, is ranked as the #1 county out of 102 counties in our state when it comes to clinical care. We continue to work closely with Tim Rawls and the Springfield Project and the city as it relates to our summer youth employment program and redevelopment efforts in the neighborhood of Hope. We're currently working together with the mayor, with Sangamon County Board Chairman Andy Van Meter and other community leaders to coordinate an upcoming trip to Washington, D.C. to advocate for a handful of community priorities. First and foremost, one that we hear about often, the implementation of the Springfield Rail Improvements Project, our community's top priority. This will allow for continued growth in our medical district along Carpenter Street, create well-paying medical and construction jobs that will better connect our community with underpasses, relieve congestion, make travel in our community much safer, all while advancing economic development opportunities in our community. While in D.C., we will also advocate for funding to increase the workforce for the new cyber mission that was recently awarded at the 183rd at the airport, as well as for an additional mission at the 183rd. Working together in our community is critically important if we are going to advance community priorities and economic growth and development. So we appreciate our partnership with the mayor, with the city, with all of our elected officials. Now, before I turn the program over to Steve Myers, I want to encourage you to take a few minutes after we wrap up here to visit our show floor upstairs and see all that Business Connections has to offer. We always encourage chamber members to do business with one another. So I hope you take a few minutes to visit the show floor. It'll be open immediately after our program has concluded. There should be a show guide on your table with all of the information, or you can get one upstairs. So Steve, if you would come now, we appreciate your sponsorship. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks again to the Chamber. As a reminder, if the vendor is here this year that has the pitching thing with the jugs gun to see how fast you can throw a baseball. Anybody signing paychecks tomorrow, you can't use that today, right? Thanks again, Chris. It's a pleasure to be here today representing the Commercial Real Estate Network. CREN promotes the highest standards of professional ethics and conduct and protects and promotes the right to own, use, lease, develop, and transfer commercial real estate in our communities around the Springfield area. CREN protects and promotes private enterprise, a free and orderly market, and collective action to maintain a governmental environment supportive of our industry. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce our mayor, Jim Langfelder.
Thank you. Applause will cut Steve short, but it won't cut me short, so don't get any ideas. But good afternoon, everybody. Thank you to the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce, the Commercial Real Estate Network, all the sponsors, and especially everybody in attendance that's really taking an interest in Springfield and what I have to say. The state of the city is good, but we can make it better. I could stop there, but you paid good money for this lunch, so I'm going to take up at least 10 minutes of your time. But, and also, we do have this nifty little takeaway that my communications director put together. So it does highlight where we've been as far as a community, where we traveled, and where we're going. But my favorite part of the whole thing is Abraham Lincoln's saying, which is government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish. And that's what our representatives locally represent. You know, it goes from all the way from the federal government with Senator Durbin's office, Senator Kirk, representative, all the representatives, and then also on the state level with our local representatives that are in attendance today and not in attendance, as well as the county. We have a great working relationship, and so we really appreciate that, and it goes without saying with the city council members. But last year at this time, I shared the stage as the mayor-elect. And then Mayor Mike Houston, at that time, Mayor Houston made two comments that made me more curious. And now I totally concur what he had said. He said, while being mayor, it is the time of your life. And being mayor is like drinking out of a fire hose. Being mayor is truly a humbling experience. The best part for me about being mayor is when I'm out in public and people of all ages, from young children to senior adults, recognize and acknowledge the importance of the position. So far, I have been treated with great kindness and wish everyone could experience it. In fact, our city, our state, and our country would be a much friendlier and greater place if each person was treated like they were the mayor. Being mayor of a capital city with over 117,000 people, over 65 square miles with some holes, and responsibility for over 1,400 employees and a budget of nearly $600 million, each day brings an ever-changing schedule, many demands, and unique opportunities. I would like to thank the person that has shared most of these time sacrifices and accepted the new challenges and strains that the office has brought, and that's my wife of 26 years, Billy. I also would like to recognize the city council members that are in attendance, and if you'd please stand and be recognized, I'd appreciate it. Alderman Chuck Redpath. Thank you. Alderman Andrew Proctor, Alderman Joe McMiniman, Alderman Jim Donlin, Alderman Ralph Hanauer, Treasurer Misty Busher, and City Clerk Frank Lesko. Are there any aldermen I forgot? I don't want you holding against me, so. Well, good. I did that one right. Having a nice blend of existing and new leadership has allowed the city to move forward in a responsive and progressive manner. At this time, I ask that city directors, chiefs, and employees that are present to please stand and be recognized. So if you please stand up, don't be shy. That's good. It is important for you to know them because we are here to serve the public and help our community grow. Without their efforts, in addition to that, my daily drink from the fire hose would be a whole lot worse. May 7th will mark our first year in office. To move the city forward, we must have a financially stable government. Thanks to the proactive measures of City Council and administration under new CWLP leadership, the utilities' financial foundation is stronger. The proactive measures include ensuring CWLP met its bond payment requirements, sunsetting the IRMF employee early retirement benefit, which will save CWLP and the corporate fund millions of dollars, restructured CWLP's electric rates to have a stable monthly cash flow and a minimal impact to the user, refunding CWLP bonds which lowered the interest rate, entered into a new coal contract which not only lowered the coal price, saving approximately $9 million a year, but it also made it easier to renegotiate terms and give us the best opportunity to maintain a competitive coal market supply. These measures help stabilize CWLP's financial foundation by tens of millions of dollars and maintain a utilities bond rating even with the state's economic struggles. Regardless of what employment industry you are in, the most successful companies and organizations form partnerships to maximize resources and fulfill a need. As we all know, or should know, business, especially small businesses, are the economic engines that keep our economy going. Springfield is blessed to have a strong, diverse group of small to large businesses that keep our economy going. Springfield started small and has grown. Just think where we would be without the Bunns, the Brants, and the many others who have made the commitment to stay in Springfield. It is government's role, especially city government's role, to help facilitate growth. Thanks to the City Council, we have taken the proactive measure to address the need to secure Springfield and the region's secondary source of water by reaffirming the Hunter Lake project by entering into a partnership agreement with the Department of Natural Resources. And I'd like to directly thank Director Rosenthal for all his leadership in that initiative. If permitted, Hunter Lake will have no residential or commercial development, and DNR will ensure the conservation of the land, water, and wildlife are maintained while providing an outdoor recreational area for our residents and visitors to enjoy. Thanks to our banking community, we have addressed the need for alternative financing for small businesses by partnering with Justine Peterson, the largest microlender in the United States, by establishing a loan pool over $1.5 million. To date, we have made 41 loans, which totaled approximately $200,000. Thanks to the Illinois Department of Transportation, Sangamon County, and the City Council, we have addressed part of the financial need to consolidate rail traffic to the 10th Street corridor with mindful consideration of the 1908 race riot archaeological site, while addressing the need for the state of Illinois to meet the 2017 high-speed rail requirements. These are only a few partnerships that your city government has played a role. What makes Springfield resilient through tough economic times and has brought us to the cusp of being the model city is our community's strong and diverse business and employment sectors. Thanks to the partnership of Memorial Health Services and SIU School of Medicine, Springfield is a proud recipient of the Learning and Innovative Center, which is only one of 6 in the country. HSHS St. John's continues their expansion with healing in mind by recognizing the need to embrace the 1908 race riot. Their continued efforts, along with Springfield Clinic and many others, have made Springfield the regional medical hub that it is second to none. Springfield is blessed to have many industries that have thrived through commitment and hard work. Other industries have thrived. We have also had other partnerships that have gone full circle in the targeted employment sector model. The partners identified an employment or service need and worked together to address it. One was through Lincoln Land Community College, Capital Airport, Standard Aero, and LRS, Working together, they have expanded the local aviation mechanical training program, which will include a new facility and provide a qualified workforce for pending job openings. Just this week, another successful partnership between the University of Illinois at Springfield and the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services has culminated in the opening of a residential and courtroom simulations labs. The nationally certified Child Advocacy Studies Program and simulation labs are only one of a handful in the country. By working together, UIS and Illinois DCFS and others will ensure that our present and future responders and social service providers will have the best training possible to protect our children. The city is also thankful for its partnership with Benedictine University, who provided unbiased, creative facilitation for Springfield's first ever ward meetings. Springfield is blessed to have many great leaders, but once in a while, it's nice to have a new shot in the arm. Chris Hembrough of the Chamber, School District 186 Superintendent Jennifer Gill, and DSI's Executive Director Lisa Stott have provided a new energy and outreach initiatives to make our community better and stronger. Thanks to the people in this room and those outside the room, Springfield has the resources and spirit to make it through economic struggles. Where we have fallen short from becoming a model city is, at times, our resistance to being a pace-setter community and being too comfortable with what we have accomplished. Sometimes we have risked long-term benefits for short-term gains. We need to continually come together and challenge ourselves to look at our community as a whole, nurture and build our strengths, and learn from our history. Being the home of the greatest president, Abraham Lincoln, our community has benefited greatly. Springfield has profoundly impacted our country and the whole world through the great emancipator, Abraham Lincoln. The 1908 race riots, which led to the formation of the NAACP, and Barack Obama, the first African-American president. This year, the African American History Museum, in partnership with the City of Springfield and Oak Ridge Cemetery, opened a new location. However, we need to be proactive by embracing and preserving our rich history so others can learn how to overcome adversity. We have made great strides, and got the trains coming. I'm going to keep going, though. We have made great strides to stabilize city water, light, and power finances. However, we need to be proactively planning for our future so we have the proper balance to meet federal green energy requirements while being a competitive provider of coal energy. Doing so will make CWLP the economic engine it once was, so we can use it to incentivize development in targeted areas. We will continue to have our ward and issue forums as an additional interaction with the public to develop strategic plans. However, we need to continually improve our electronic and traditional communication to strengthen our community bond. Springfield has expanded from a primary government, tourism, and retail center to a regional, medical, and educational community with a diverse business sector serving global and local markets. However, we need to maximize our resources and efforts through a comprehensive and cohesive target employment sector strategy that builds on our economic community strength. Springfield is a great community, but we can make it greater. Springfield's better days are ahead because Springfield has the capital, and that many communities lack. No, I'm not talking about the state capital or the financial capital. I'm talking about the human capital. We may not always agree, but our passion and desire to do what is best for Springfield will guide us to new heights. By continually doing self-critiques and challenging ourselves, working together to maximize our resources to address needs, we can make Springfield the model city for others to follow. I love being mayor and will continue to drink out of the fire hose as much as humanly possible. At this time, I would like everybody to raise their glass for a toast. On behalf of the City Council, the city residents of Springfield, and those who have gone before us, thank you for all you have done and all you will do to make our community the model city. Thank you very much. Cheers. this time, I'll turn it back over to Chris. Is that all right? Thanks, Chris.
Well, thank you, Mayor, for your remarks and your leadership in our community. We look forward to our continued partnership and work together. As we wrap up, I want to say a couple of other thank yous, especially to the Commercial Real Estate Network as our presenting sponsor. We certainly appreciate your support of today's event. A big thank you to Celebrations Catering by County Market, the Prairie Capital Convention Center, and their staff for making today such a success. And lastly, thanks again to our supporting sponsors, Hanson Professional Services, Hickory Point Bank and Trust, Memorial Health Systems, Ameren, Illinois, Caldwell Banker, Devonshire Realty, and Nakut Insurance, as well as all of our table sponsors. And most of all, thanks to each of you for joining us today. I hope you'll take time to stop by the show floor on your way upstairs. We really do appreciate your being here and being part of a community that can work together to move us forward. Thank you, and have a great day. Appreciate you being here.